part 4 of our 5-part video series on precious metals IRAs, and we are talking about the common myths around a precious metals IRA. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and let's talk about a few of them and see if we can bust those myths wide open. The first myth, and probably the most common misconception, is that precious metals IRAs are too risky. So what's the fact? Precious metals have been a store of value for centuries, all the way back to the ancient Egyptians and even before that. Unlike stocks, they don't go to zero overnight, but instead they provide stability during market downturns. Myth 2, you can keep your precious metals at home. In fact, that is not true. That is a misconception. The IRS requires IRA metals to be stored in a secure, approved depository. Storing them at home could actually result in tax penalties, so you do not want to do that. The third myth is that precious metals IRAs don't earn returns. The fact is, while metals don't pay dividends, their value increases over time, especially during periods of inflation. And in fact, gold continues to set new all-time highs as we speak. Myth 4, precious metals IRAs are only for the ultra-wealthy. The fact is, many people assume that investing in precious metals requires a huge upfront investment, but that's not true. You can start a precious metals IRA with as little as a few $1,000s, and you can roll over funds from an existing IRA or 401k. It's an accessible option for investors of all ages and levels. Myth 5, and our final myth on this list, is that you can only invest in gold. That's not true. As we talked about in previous videos, there's actually 4 precious metals that you can invest in. Gold being the most popular, but you can also invest in silver, platinum, and palladium, as long as they meet IRS purity requirements. Each metal has a different market dynamic and can provide diversification within your portfolio. So in this video, we have covered 5 common myths and the 5 common truths. Now let's talk about precious metals IRAs in our next video and why they can be a smart long-term investment for you.